Hello guys, it's David from Project 17, and today, after 2 weeks, I'll be doing another C++ tutorial, and today it's on functions in C++ and how to use them, how to prototype them, how to call them, implement them, and much more. So stay tuned and I'll explain everything. So okay, let's get down to business. I've already created a new project called functions. I've typed everything necessary to for a basic program. So I've got include IOStream, which is a preprocessor command to include a file. It basically is gonna take the code from that file and treat it as it's in this main CPP. Using namespace is basically telling the program that we will be using all of the entities of standard namespace. Every single function in IOStream is within standard namespace, so we're just saying that we'll be using those entities of standard namespace. We've got main function. There's only one main function in a C++ program. It's basically main entry to an application. We've got system pause, which is used in Windows operating systems to just basically stop the console window from closing down, and so we'll be able to see what's the output of our program is. Return 0 returns 0 to a int main function. Basically saying that the application has executed successfully, and this is basically it on a standard program. It runs, it waits for us to press any key, and then it closes down. Now let's get down to business and do some functions. So today I'll just focus on a simple function, like adding two numbers, but not within the main, but using the function, separate function. So I'm gonna declare the prototype of a function that is going to take two variables on board to work on them. What this is, it's basically return value, return type of the function, name of a function, add, and then in the brackets you got what it takes on board to work on. So basically this function add will return integer and will take two integers. This is a function prototype, and it basically tells the main function of the existence of this function. Main function doesn't know how it works yet, but it knows that it exists and it takes two integers. Below main function, you implement the implementation of a function. All you do is just copy that over, or you can just copy that over, but without semicolon. What you do instead here is open curly braces and close curly braces, and that's basically it. So the function is integer add. It has to return integer because it's an integer function, so it has to return integer. We have to return some value, so we are going to return x plus y and semicolon. What this is effectively doing, it's basically creating two instances of integer variable, and then it works on them. in here, in main function, for example, we want to display the output. So in main function, we call the function add, open brackets, and then specify the numbers. So for example, 5, 6, close brackets, end line. So this is basically taking two constant numbers and adding them. What it does, it basically takes 5, assigns it to x, and then takes 6 and assigns it to y, and then here it can work on x and y because x has effectively value of 5 and y has got effectively value of 6. So it's going to add them and return that temporary variable to our main function or whatever I called it. So it's going to add 5 and 6. So if we're going to run that program, it's giving us the result, correct result. 5 plus 6 is 11. So this is basically it on a basic function. You got function prototype, function implementation, and function invocation, or in other words, calling function. You can modify your program by adding the user-defined. You can improve your program by putting in here user-defined variables. So we can define 2 new types of variable, like int a and int b, and then getting input to a and b. And then in here we can put a comma b. So whatever user is going to put in console for a and b is going to be then assigned to x and y. And for example, if a user is going to put 5 and 7, then in here it's going to be 5 and 7. So again, what it's effectively doing is assign x value 5 and y value of 7, and then it works on it and it returns temporary integer value to our main function, and it basically translates that to a integer number. If I run that program, I'll get something like that, and if I enter 5, press enter, 7, press enter, I get 12. And this is basically it on the functions, for basic functions in C++. I will do a follow-up tutorial on C++ functions, like part 2, with more advanced functions and explaining more about functions, but I recommend that you read up on functions in C++ because it's a very, very important part of any programming language, because you'll be using functions all over your program. And later on, when we get to pointers and references, we'll be not only returning one value from function, but we'll be returning entire sets of values, like 50,000 values. We'll be working on them. So yeah, that's it for this video, basic tutorial on C++ functions. And if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, and please stay tuned for more tutorials on C++. We'll be doing them soon, and yeah, that's basically it.